everyone at home, welcome to the screenshot. It's a brand new episode, a brand new week. My name is Melinda Ncube. I am your host, and today we're coming to you from Hwange. We're talking to two very lovely young ladies. They're going to talk to us about access to information on SRH, and access to information on policies that are happening in Hwange. So the first person that I'm going to talk to is Tari, and I'm going to let her tell us a little bit about herself and the work that she does. So Tari, the floor is yours.
Hi, I'm Tariro Tshuma from Hwange Youth Empowerment Initiative based in Hwange.
So Tari, my first question for you is, from the experience that you have, what challenges do young people of Hwange face in accessing information about policies and decision making?
There are quite several challenges that I might say from this, looking at how things have been done back in the days, and also the youths. They tend to we look up to the leaders, right? So whenever they are making mistakes and they continue to make the same mistakes and they're not looking back to try and correct them, we tend to lose trust, right? So there is lack of trust between the youth and the leaders that are already there, and that has already made a gap between us, the youth, and policymakers. And also trying to engage with the policymakers, at times it's difficult in the sense that they also don't trust us, that we are capable to listen, we're capable to even make the right decisions as well.
Why do you think that is? Why don't policymakers trust young people to be part of decision making? Is it because young people have previously shown certain behaviors, or what? Why? Is it easy or difficult for young people to access information here in Hwange?
I would say it's easy. It's not easy. It's easy in the sense that we do have offices that are open, that are always saying that we are open to youth coming to engage with us, like the DDC office. They always say that youth can come and talk to us at any time. We're always open to them. And then, however, there are some instances whereby there are some of the policies that are passed or decisions that need to be made, right? And then you discover that it becomes centralized, maybe 200 kilometers away from where you stay. You are supposed to take part in that. Like, for instance, there was a rights of the people living with disability bill that needed, there was a consultation in Lupane. Imagine someone who is in Hwange is supposed to travel there on their own cost. It's a youth that is unemployed. Already you have taken that away from them. By putting it away from them, at times I think it's easier for them to bring those topics or bring down to where youths are, so that they are able to freely engage and also be part of the decision making. It also gives us that power to say, I went there on my own and I said this.
Why do policymakers not trust young people when it comes to decision making?
I would say it's a 50-50. I feel like at times there are some things that we should know that is hidden from us. Not knowing that, is it because that us knowing if me being able to exercise my right would actually make them feel as if they have no control in that instance. So I don't know if it answers you.
Welcome back to a second segment of the screenshot. Now we're talking to Sanchez. First, I'm going to let her introduce herself, asijele more about who she is and what she does, and then together with Sanchez, we're going to talk about access to information on SRHR. Are you ready, Sanchez? You may introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Sanchez Mandizha. I work for an organization that is called BMT. That's the abbreviation for Buwalo Matilikilo Trust. It is an organization that focuses mainly on young people and children. Our main thematic areas are GBV, SGBV, response and referrals. We also do advocacy work and HIV and AIDS prevention.
All right. Okay.
And we are based in Hwange.
What are the main sources of SRHR information in your community?
Okay, basically, I think we have to talk firstly about social media.
Yeah.
We talk about social media, we talk about health facilities, where we talk about clinics and hospitals. And we talk also about peer-to-peer education.
How you mentioned social media, how accurate is the information that youth get from social media?
I think it's a bit tricky, but we try by all means that when young people are accessing information about SRHR on social media, we try to give them guidelines on which sites to look at, because it's a bit controversial. There are a lot of things that are on social media that are not user-friendly, especially for the young people. So we try by all means to give them a guide on what to focus on mainly and which sites to use.
So where is this social media information coming from? Is it websites? Is it pages? Is it handles? Where are young people accessing the information?
Mostly for us, it's about our social media handles. We usually post SRH related, since that's the field that we're in. And obviously, there are other broader things that they can look at. So basically, mostly it's always social media handles and other pages.
Do you think that young people have enough access to SRHR information in your community?
Not always. I think there are barriers to young people accessing SRH information. Maybe I'll talk about children that are coming from the rural areas. Issues that talk about distance, maybe where they'll be staying and where the facility is, the clinic. Usually it's a long distance. So why should I be going to access information? Why should I be going to take condoms? Why should I walk 10 kilometers to go and get condoms or information? I'll just use what I know from my friends. So information, it's a distance, and sometimes misinformation from other peers, yeah.
So you spoke about misinformation. How do you tackle misinformation about SRHR?
Okay, so we do have what we call volunteers in the community that we work in. These are people that we train so that they work in their community. So we give them adequate information so that they can go around teaching their peers. And also we, in collaboration with Ministry of Health, we also have nurses who are further trained on how to talk to young people about their SRH issues related.
How accessible is sex education in schools in Hwange?
I think it also varies. I'm sure schools, they have got that. I'm not sure if they're still doing it in most of the schools, but the schools that I know, they're doing it, the guiding and counseling sessions. That is where they mostly discuss these things.
So is this information being, do we start talking about it in primary school, or we start in high school? Unfortunately,
because we're having a quite number of children, should I say, that are getting pregnant at a tender age. So I think it starts at primary level, because these primary kids now know what is sex.
Exactly.
Yes. And they are engaging in sexual activities as young as they are. So mostly it's from primary level.
What are the biggest challenges that young people face when seeking SRHR services and information? Okay, you can from your knowledge or what you've heard, how like you mentioned that there's some kids who are falling pregnant at primary school. Yes. What are the numbers looking like?
I cannot really comment on that, but just know that they're there.
They are men.
They are there, yes. Okay. They may not fall pregnant, but they're definitely engaging in sexual activities.
Okay.
Yes. From as little as 9.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, yeah, that is concerning. What are the biggest challenges young people face when seeking SR and HR services here in Hwange?
I think we zero it down to issue of distance, cultural barriers, where some topics are taboo to talk about in our society because we're Black people, we're Africans. Yeah. There are certain topics that we cannot talk about with our parents. So yeah, and also I think issue about confidentiality.
I hope you guys enjoyed this very informative and insightful episode that we had for you today. We managed to talk to incredible people. One thing I love about this show is that we're able to travel to all corners of Zimbabwe to find young people who are doing something very productive with their lives. So I love it for us. So make sure you check us out on all our social media platforms. Follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, every social media platform, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, we are there, and engage with us. Until next week, bye.